Hey guys, it's Eric G with Around the House. If you're looking to upgrade your home with beautiful stone, check out Evolve Stone. This premium composite stone veneer is proudly made in the USA. It's lightweight, cuts like wood with ordinary tools, and installs fast with a finish nailer, giving you that high-end masonry look on siding, fireplaces, feature walls, outdoor kitchens, and more. It stands up beautifully to UV, freeze thaw, and tough weather anywhere. We just celebrated their fantastic Made in America heritage in our latest episode, so make sure and go back and listen. You'll love it. Right now, use promo code ATH26 for a free sample sent right to you. Visit evolvestone.com today and tell them Eric G sent you.
Ready to turn your house into the home you've always dreamed of without the headaches or huge bills? You're tuned to Around the House, the nation's #1 home improvement radio show and podcast, with expert advice that's helped millions tackle everything from remodels to repairs. Hosts Eric G and John Dudley have got you covered with the best advice and information about your home. Now, let's get this hour started.
Welcome to the Around the House show, your trusted source for everything about your home. I'm Eric G. John Dudley. Good to see you, my friend.
You too, brother. What's happening?
Man, we got a lot to talk about today, and I want to talk about wildfire, heat, smart home stuff, but I want to start out with something, a couple little updates real quick before we dive into the show. And first off, my girlfriend Elisa, her kid just put an offer in on the house this week, which is going to be awesome. And I'm excited for them getting their first place. It's a great brand new build starter home, but I don't think the builder's going to be happy because they asked me to do the inspection. So I got to jump on Amazon and order about 6 rolls of blue tape so we can go through and walk the house.
What's protocol at that point? They have to fix that stuff, the builder themselves? Since
they want the sale, they're going to fix it. I mean,
it's the first sale, right? Of the house. Yeah. So they're like,
landscaping in the front. That? Yeah. Yeah. Landscaping isn't in yet. So there's a lot of little things like that. But I mean, it's pretty much set up and staged on the inside. So the house is almost there. And if they get the offer and everything in, there'll be that inspection process, which means I get to go over there and looking forward to it. I'm going to be bringing my tape measure, rolls of tape, my heat gun. I love having that temperature sensor walking around, seeing where they missed the insulation and all that stuff.
I was just going to say, get yourself a insulation depth finder.
Oh yeah. Well, I love going through with the temp gun because I can go through and go missing in that corner, missing in that corner. So it'll be a good one.
You really do need some other hobbies, brother.
Oh no, I haven't done this in a bit. So I am not a certified inspector, people, but for family, I will go out and give a great job. And if you listened to last year when I had an inspector inspect my house for sale, it was comical on the things that they snagged. And like that foundation, you've got an active water leak. It's in the driest part of the year, no water leak there. And it was epoxy that had repaired the foundation. He didn't bother to climb over underneath there and take a look. So it was funny, but I'm looking forward to that, man. It's going to be fun to get out I drove by real quick beforehand just to eyeball it. And I can already see there's going to be some issues. So it'll be kind of fun. We'll leave it for that. I might even film some of it. That could be kind of fun just to get to see what I'm finding afterwards. So it would be kind of a good one to show you, hey, this is what happens. I wish I could have been in there a little earlier to see what it looked like before drywall, but we'll find some stuff in there, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's good content, though, because it keeps everybody aware, right? Just because it's a new house doesn't mean it's a good house. I mean,
man, there is an inspector.
Be able to provide that public service announcement like, hey, when you do, check this out and make sure, well, like you mentioned, that the AC unit's not 6 inches from the fence.
Yeah, there's some stuff already just driving by. You can see that you go, okay, this is going to be an issue. And of course, here's the thing. New homes can make sense out there. It's in a cute little neighborhood. It's a great thing from that. It is one of the big top 3 national home builders, which to me, with those construction projects, I've had problems with this builder down in Florida with a friend that at the time I was getting their house built down there, and they built a huge smart home community that was solar powered, green, all this stuff, home technology.
The one where they forgot to put it all underground.
Yeah, they forgot to put it all underground. And since it was in Florida, they built it at a CMU concrete block. And the master bathroom had such a bow in that wall, because I don't know if it was windy or what, that the bow in the wall, they couldn't hang a flat mirror on the wall because the bow was too big. It would break the glass.
Wow.
So I'll be bringing my 6-foot level for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Honestly, well, we had that discussion episodes back about the difference between, like, I'm a fan of the turn of the century homes with real dimensional lumber. And does the engineering and architecture make sense? Not by today's standards at all.
Not close.
Is it standing 100 years later? It sure is.
Far. Yep. So far.
Something to be said for that versus the little stick frame track homes.
80s homes, now, 80s track homes, right? With the LP siding that was bowing out. And
every neighborhood's named Lake something. Lakeland Hills, Lakewood Shores, Lakeview
Terrace.
Drive.
Something terrace.
Enough already.
Exactly. Well, man, I wanted to pivot here a little bit and talk here about wildfire heat and smoke. I mean, across the country, this is going to be probably one of, if not the worst wildfire years in U.S. recorded history here, because we just have so many things going on across the country. I know, Johnny, you're down in Columbia and you probably don't catch that local news that we have up here, but we've already had 4 million plus acres burned in the U.S. of land. And in Oregon, where I'm at here, we've already had over 1 million acres. So that's about the size of Connecticut we're talking about. So it's
luckily I get news briefs from you, so that helps.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. I mean, it's bad out there. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about it because we've got so many things here. We've got dozens of fires. There's not enough people fighting them. There's not enough air support. And a couple years ago, man, I loved it because now it's probably a little more than that. I think it's been out of service now for 3 or 4. But a company had built a 747 tanker. So they would land at the airport. They'd have fire trucks or pump trucks loaded up with tons of water and would take off. And it could drop an Olympic-sized swimming pool of water over a huge area. And unfortunately, at the time, the U.S. government didn't give it a contract. And so they eventually parted the plane out and they had the whole system. It worked great, had no issues. But I tell you what, it would just dump tons and tons of water. And it was sad. I don't understand what the politics were because clearly they were there. But I think we should have a dozen of those around the U.S. And that's a big enough plane that if there's fires in Spain or over in Europe, you could send it over there pretty easily.
Honestly, it's super ridiculous that it's the old man on the moon theory. If we actually did put one there, but who cares, right?
Yeah.
Look at the stuff we do. Look what's happening with technology and everything else right now. And we can't figure out how to put out a fire. Like, guys, whether that's a 747 or a B-52 bomber or 12 per state or what, you know what I mean? Like,
totally. Yeah, it's a fire.
Cut the $300 haircuts out on Capitol Hill and let's get serious about solving, I almost said a bad word, things like that. Like, yeah, it's just, it befuddles me consistently, right? At scale, I'm just like, what? Yeah, I know. Yeah. And then the problem is that we haven't been managing the forest correctly here. What happens is when Mother Nature was purely involved and we stopped getting involved or hadn't gotten involved yet, we'd have these small fires that would go burn the underbrush and not take the trees out. And so that fuel didn't exist. Now that we're putting out every tiny little fire, that those fuels keep getting burnt up and are built up. And then when they catch on fire, it takes the whole forest out, which usually never happened back in the days because there was a fire that cleaned it up every handful of years and it never got that big. Now the underbrush is 12 feet high and it burns such a hot fire because we've kept the fire out of there. If you're going to keep the fire out, you got to manage this stuff. And there's no physical way to do that. Yeah. So we got to have a whole different Forest Service management to get through that. Now, Johnny, when we come back, you mentioned technology. I want to talk about some of the cool technology out there that has come out recently
for helping defend your home, because I think that's so cool. And there's so many new products coming out that homeowners, at least, if you don't think they're taking care of it around you, at least you can defend your home. We'll talk about that just as soon as Around the House returns. Don't change that dial.
Before we head to the break, a quick word about the folks who make this show possible. Every single week, our sponsors are the reason Around the House stays on the air and in your feed. So when you're planning your next project, I hope you'll give them a look and let them earn your business. Supporting them is what keeps this show coming to you, and we don't take that for granted. Stick around. We've got more Around the House coming up right after this.
Hey guys, Eric G here. Here in the Northwest, wildfire season can mean smoke, wind, and planned power shutoffs. If your backup plan includes a portable generator, you need to make sure it can operate safely outside where it belongs. Gen 10 protects running generators from rain, snow, and storm conditions while maintaining proper ventilation. Get prepared before the outage. Learn at gentent.com/Eric G. Hey guys, it's Eric G from Around the House. Our Made in America 250 campaign celebrates the American manufacturers shaping real design, like Dow Tile. As a kitchen designer, I've used Dow Tile on my own projects because great design starts with great materials, made right here in America. In this episode, we dig into how American-made tile elevates your next project. If you haven't experienced Dow Tile, you need to check them out. Go back and listen to episode 2241, Around the House with Eric G., wherever you get your podcasts.
What's up? This is Sticks It In Ya.
And Satchel from Steel Panther. And you are listening to
Around the House with Eric G.
Yeah.
We love Eric G, and you should too.
1987, I never want to leave.
Welcome back to the Around the House show. Hey, if you want to find out more about us, head over to aroundthehouseonline.com. John, we've been talking about wildfire prep, and there is some really cool technology, man, that's been coming out for people to put around their homes.
Yeah. We have the capacity to solve so many problems, and we still refuse to do the simplest things. So somebody's got to pay attention to it.
One of the companies out there, Frontline Wildfire Defense. And where I think this stuff is important is if you install a system like that, your insurance company is going to be really, really happy with you, which usually means if they're happy, you've got lower rates. So if you can put something up there that's going to reduce or eliminate the risk of a wildfire taking your home out, it's really cool. One of the first ones I saw, and I've seen these guys online, Frontline Wildfire Defense. So what these guys do is they basically do copper pipes on the roof with sprinklers.
Yeah.
It's what you see in commercial buildings. On the inside, this is just moved to the outside, and they won Time Magazine's Best Innovation for 2025. And so basically they just went through and built a smart home system that can actually defend itself with automated fire sprinklers and technology, and will give you real-time wildfire alerts and basically going, hey, we see the fire coming. It will measure those temperatures, watch what's going on. So they've got their second generation out, and they have fire tracking software and turns on automatically when fire is within 7 miles of your home. And it's 100 times faster than traditional sensor-based systems. Now, I haven't tested any of these, John, but that sounds like a pretty good deal from what they're saying.
Yeah. Sounds pretty cool. The only thing I thought immediately when you said within 7 miles is a bunch of water going out for no good reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude, that's a lot of water.
I'd dial that back maybe. And the cool thing is you have an app. So you can sit there and put the app on and then go, no. But the thing is, when you're talking about fires, it's those embers that are the number one threat. There's companies out there, and there's new building code that's requiring these ember-proof vent screens and stuff, because that's usually what happens is you get those embers and they hit the soffit vents, or underneath in the crawl space vents, and now you've got it hitting the sawdust from when they built the home in the crawl space or whatever, or it's hitting the bark around the house and that landscaping stuff, and it's catching on fire and you're going. But they basically, those wind-driven embers, they cause up to 90% of structure loss during a wildfire. So it's not just the flames, it's just that ember stuff. And we saw that.
We need to do. We need an inexpensive solution that just encapsulates the entire house, right? Like a Jetsons kind of thing. You just push a button and this big dome shield, right? Foam
dome, just basically covers it in suds like it's the airport when they do the planes and they hit that.
I'm thinking more like the Kingdom or something like that. Put a big concrete encasing that slides over the whole house, or I don't know what. I don't know what material would be correct for that application, but something that just like locks you in your own private Idaho and protects you from the fire.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But I love what Frontline is doing here. That's a good one. Now, there's other ones out there, and you're seeing different sprinkler systems. There's another company I've seen where you mount these. It's more portable. This is really a hard plumbed section where you got to put in copper wire, copper pipes and stuff like that and all that, which isn't that big of a deal. There's other ones, though, where you can basically, if you've got a swimming pool, you can deploy this, put the sprinklers on the corner of the property, or whatever the plan is that you give them, is you give them a property map, and they've got a pump. And so basically it drops into your swimming pool and it will use your swimming pool water to cover the property with a ton of water. So you can sit there and let it go, and you can walk away. Don't have to worry about automation on this. It's real manual, but it does work. It will put all that water out there and reduce that risk. And I think that's kind of cool too for the people that are like, oh man, I don't want to have to do this. Will my HOA allow it? Let's get down the list of stuff out there. But I think it's kind of smart.
See, I love this stuff because I'm like, what if? I'm just like, okay, what's the range of these sprinklers? How much output? Da, da, da. And then I'm thinking, why wouldn't you just make like something with, I mean, obviously it'd be definitely more expensive, but something with the pressure of a fire hose, or at least a third of that. You know what I mean? Not just
that's what this one is. They've got and they got fire hose pressure, so it's dumping gallons of water a minute.
Yeah. All right.
So that's pretty cool. My favorite though, and again, this is new tech that's out there. And so again, I'm not vouching for these guys, but it looks really cool. And again, I haven't played with any of these, so there's no endorsement here, but Sonic Fire Tech. This is cool. This is revolutionary acoustic fire suppression technology that deploys concealed ducting in your ceiling. And so this is using sound waves to blow the fire out. It disrupts the fire.
What? I mean, you said acoustic and I was like, whoa, now we're talking weapons. Right? Yeah. I mean, how does that work?
You can mount this inside and outside your house. So traditional fire suppression systems, that water inside can cause more damage than the fire itself when the sprinklers go off. This is that same kind of thing. So this does it without any water, any foam, any chemical discharge. You can use it outside as well. So it has autonomous early detection. So it identifies threats before flames spread. I saw a video where they lit a little kind of tiny barbecue outside underneath some plants, just like a little hibachi barbecue. Yeah. And it read it in a second or two, just a little tiny flame. And there's no collateral damage on this. So it's no flooding, no nothing. And it is absolutely crazy. So it uses something you can't hear, basically breaks down the combustion cycle, almost like blowing out a candle does. It looks like it blows out a candle.
Wow. Totally frequency based, right? You hit the right frequency
based.
Cuts that out. Wow. That's crazy.
And I saw it
and it saves your windows.
Yeah.
Wow.
And here's the cool part too that I thought was wild.
Science.
Yeah, and it's sonictech.com. I think what's super cool about this is that they make them even like almost like a leaf blower where you can walk around and put the fire out for firefighters and stuff.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
So Now we're back to the 747, in my opinion, right? Like,
right?
If we could do that with sound, what the hell are we doing dumping gallons of water or fire retardant when they could just like send the bullhorn out and get it over with?
Absolutely. There you go.
Send 20 robots into the woods with frequency-based acoustic stoppage, like, and get it over with. Like, there you go.
Why not? Right? All right. We'll talk about that. Let's talk a little bit more about that just as soon as Around the House returns. If you want to find out more about us, head over to our beautiful website that Johnny built, roundthehouseonline.com. We'll be right back. Don't change that dial.
Before we head to the break, a quick word about the folks who make this show possible. Every single week, our sponsors are the reason Around the House stays on the air and in your feed. So when you're planning your next project, I hope you'll give them a look and let them earn your business. Supporting them is what keeps this show coming to you, and we don't take that for granted. Stick around. We've got more Around the House coming up right after this.
Hey guys, it's Eric G with Around the House. If you're looking to upgrade your home with beautiful stone, check out Evolve Stone. This premium composite stone veneer is proudly made in the USA. It's lightweight, cuts like wood with ordinary tools, and installs fast with a finish nailer, giving you that high-end masonry look on siding, fireplaces, feature walls, outdoor kitchens, and more. It stands up beautifully to UV, freeze-thaw, and tough weather anywhere. We just celebrated their fantastic Made in America heritage in our latest episode, so make sure and go back and listen. You'll love it. Right now, use promo code ATH26 for a free sample sent right to you. Visit evolvestone.com today and tell them Eric G sent you. Beauty meets intelligence with Baldwin, engineered by Level Lock, where luxury hardware meets smart technology. All the timeless elegance of a traditional deadbolt. Now, with the smart system hidden inside the door. No bulky hardware, no visible batteries, just beautifully crafted solid brass. Unlock with your phone, keypad, or even a classic key. Let guests in remotely, seamlessly every time. Advanced Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and Matter compatible. Powerful performance without changing how your door looks. Security, convenience, and stunning design working together perfectly. Baldwin by Level Lock. Luxury unclocked. Check it out for yourself at baldwinhardware.com/level or your favorite hardware showroom. Welcome back to the Around the House Show, your trusted source for everything about your home. Johnny and I have been sitting here talking about fire technology to help put out wildfires around your home and help defend your house a little bit. And we're just talking here about sonic fire tech. And Johnny, you were just bringing up that, could you imagine putting that on a 747 and flying over the woods or the wildfire and just putting it out? That's an interesting thought process.
Why is it us thinking of that? You know what I mean? Why?
Yeah.
Hello, state government. You paying attention? That thought ever crossed your mind? I guarantee it's cheaper than the lives of firefighters and all the water we're dumping and the chemicals you're putting everywhere with the fire retardants and yeah, I mean, right? And if it saves the windows on your house, it's probably not going to kill all those animals either.
Right? Well, think about this. Think about putting that on the Boston Dynamic robot dogs and just sending a pack of 100 loose, right? Yeah.
That's why, I mean, I was thinking of all the different Boston Dynamics demos they have, right? Everything from soldiers to whatever, sandpaper. It's, I mean, I don't know. Like I was telling you during the break, I get so, I don't really get angry. I just befuddled by the fact that we have so much capacity to solve so many issues now. And we just let the most costly, some of the most important things slide by. Nah, let's just worry about the crack in the sidewalk. Who cares if the roof caves in? What?
Right? Yeah.
It's I don't know.
You're missing the entire point. And you would think that the insurance companies that are losing billions of dollars would all get together and go, hey guys, it's cheaper for us to fund this, right?
Seriously. Yeah.
To turn around and go, hey, we're going to spend $300 million. We're going to put...
Everybody chip in 50, we'll call it a day.
Exactly. You chip in and you send these things out there and you help the fire departments out there put these things around that are going after communities and stuff. Can you imagine if they just had big semi-trailers that rolled up that were on quick response and the robots jumped out and went to firefighting?
Seriously. And again, that would be community oriented, people working together for the good of people. And unfortunately, that's rare. One thing I'm always ranting about because we just don't have enough of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This is great stuff.
I do my little part to make it a little bit better, but man, big stuff like that. Come on, guys. Somebody step up. Elon.
Somebody.
You know what I mean? Like, anybody? Hello?
Yeah. It would be so much better because the cool thing is there's just no environmental damage. That's one of the problems you see out there with what they've been doing in the forests in years past is they would put fire retardant in that water. So if they were putting it in the helicopters or the planes, and of course, what's it got in it? It's got PFAS and everything else in those fire retardant chemicals. So now we're putting all that stuff in the forest. And of course, that water runs downstream usually and ends up in somebody's drinking water supply. So
this it's the same water growing your food at some point, dummy. You know what I mean?
Let's not make it chemical.
All the fire retardant crap that we're dumping. And it just doesn't. That kind of right? I mean, when you say it out loud, it sounds archaic at this point. We do what? We just put water on it?
We have guys with shovels and rakes? Really?
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
But we can make. Well, I won't get there.
Well, Elon can make a rocket come back and land on its own perch.
But we can't figure out how to get that figured out, right? But we can figure out how to have unmanned wars. Really? I mean, enough said. Even drones with the capacity to haul a hose around would be a better move. It's just what it is. Well, I wanted to talk to today because there's so many people out there, and it's going to be the East Coast first. And if you're close to the fires here, which is a lot of our listening audience, about keeping that smoke under control. And kind of my first step, if you're in one of these wildfire smoke areas, there's a couple things I want you to do. One, keep your windows closed. Keep everything tightened up in the house as best you can. And the biggest mistake I see people do is they run their clothes dryer during this point. This is the worst time to do it because you've got a clothes dryer that's pushing out 150 CFM of air outside your house. Well, guess what? That's 150 CFM, cubic feet per minute. So it's 150 basketballs of dirty, smoky air you bring in when you turn that dryer on because it has to replace the stuff that's in the house. So kind of simple. You don't want to be using the fans unless you have to. Anything that's moving air out of the house, you're going to bring in outside air that normally would be fresh, but it's not. And that is one of the first things. I think that's the biggest mistake is do the laundry when you're done or drip dry it or do something like that inside the house. Don't sit there and run the clothes dryer. It's bad. What about the blow dryer? We good there?
Oh, yeah. Your hair can look amazing. There's no problem with that.
Just checking. That's important.
Oh, yeah. It's important. Now, the other thing, too, is make sure you always have an extra air filter sitting around. But this is where I actually change my HVAC filter and my fan settings and go from either the recirculate or the automatic. I turn it to on because I want that filter to be always running the air. Don't forget to turn it off. But set an alarm on your phone, a reminder alarm in 2 days or whatever, when you think the smoke is going to be better to turn that off because your power bill is going to go up. It's not great for energy consumption, but it's going to filter the air 24/7, which I think is pretty smart to keep it as clean as you can. So, Johnny, I rolled our friend Caroline up the other day on Instagram. It was so funny. There is a company out there, speaking of bad air quality, this was kind of fun. Little side note here. They are putting in this injection of essential oils into your HVAC system so your house can smell like a nice hotel room. So you drill a hole in your ductwork. This injects this oil smell essential oil smell. And I'm like, holy smoke.
Blade.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Any of those things that are putting something off, you're still vaping. I mean, you're vaping whatever's in that because you're going to breathe it.
Yeah.
And I set her off on a tangent on that one. She's like, are you kidding me? And I'm like,
really?
Yeah. She said that was just so unhealthy, which I completely agree with because that's why I sent it to her. But anytime you're putting those oils out in your air, those end up in your lungs, and oil in your lungs is not an awesome place to be.
You're not supposed to smoke oil? Who knew?
Who knew?
No, I thought, no. I went, really? Because I thought you were going to say, she was like, oh, Eric, you're being paranoid or something. I thought she was going to say it was fine. I was like, no, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Healthy home gal, come on.
Yeah. It's an Instagram ad that's going out now, and it's some injection. Then, of course, their model is we'll sell you the unit, but you got to buy our oils. So
just buy some incense, for God's sake. What's wrong with you people? Come on.
Clean your house. Clean your house. And smell good.
Yeah, done.
Yeah,
and quit living like you're 22. Maybe that'll help.
There we go. But you know what I mean? That's just the nutty stuff that I see, and I go, are you kidding me? Really? So that is not going to help you get better indoor air quality. That's the worst part. So it was kind of funny. I thought
already. If you're vaping already, what's the difference? Go ahead and smoke the oil, kid.
Yeah, just get out the Marlboros at that point. Just get out the Marlboros at that point.
Better for you. It's a plant, at least.
Yep. My gosh. I don't know about better for you, but it's not going to be worse. That's for dang sure.
Nah, come on. I'm 40 years in. Plus, look at me, healthy as an ox.
There we go. As you're coughing. I love you, brother.
From the coffee.
There we go. So when we come back here, Johnny, I want to talk a couple things you can do here with the heat and the smoke that will help you keep your house clean and keep it so you can manage this, especially for people like in apartments where you don't have too many choices. That's the worst part for people living in apartments or you're in a rental and you're kind of stuck with what you've got. We've got some tips here for you as well. Around the House, we'll be right back after these important messages. Don't change that dial. It's Eric G from Around the House. Our Made in America 250 campaign spotlights American manufacturers like Ardex Americas. I use Ardex on my own tile projects. It's what the pros trust, and I'm one of them. I sat down with William White from Ardex as he shared the prep tips to make or break a tile job. If you haven't heard of Ardex, you need to give them a try. Go back and listen to episode 2240. Around the House with Eric G, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, this is Jim, producer of the Around the House Show podcast. If you're listening right now, you already know we bring you the best tips, tricks, and expert advice to fix, upgrade, and maintain everything in your home without the headaches or the huge bills. But if you're catching us on the radio or borrowing a friend's phone, you're missing out on new episodes dropping straight to your device every week. So do yourself a favor, hit pause for just a second, grab your phone, and subscribe to Around the House Show on your favorite podcast player. Whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, or wherever you listen. It's completely free, and you'll never miss an episode again. Thanks for supporting the show. Now let's get back to making your house work for you.
Welcome back to the Around the House Show. Johnny got me laughing right off the bat with the bunny. I love it.
The magic bunny.
The magic bunny.
Heckle bunny.
Heckle bunny is back in the house. That is awesome. So, man, one of the things that I see people fighting this year, especially because all across the country, electricity has gotten, it seems 10x more expensive. What was a $100 bill is at least a $400 bill for electricity. Ouch. Yeah, it's gotten crazy. And
what has happened? What happened to the Hoover Dam? Come on.
You know what happened? Is our green push here got rid of all the cheap coal and natural gas fired power plants. And so they went across the country and said, we're going to be greener. And they've been trying to shut those all down. And now they're using solar, wind. that is
which is
so many more times. Yeah. And a lot of them were doing it on government subsidies
20 years ago, and they're still trying to pull that off. Like, come on, guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So now our electricity bills are so much more expensive. And if you're an apartment or a house that doesn't have, I mean, I think it's 45% of the people, like in my metro area here in Portland, don't have AC. It just doesn't exist. It's kind of like in Seattle. We had that same thing up there. And I think we got something's cut. There we go. We back?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw it said it was reestablishing, so I'll jump back in. Johnny, in Seattle, Portland, everything else like that in the Pacific Northwest, a lot of people don't have AC. I think it's 45% in Portland don't have AC, and almost none of the apartments do out there as well. So when it gets to be 100, 105, or like it was a handful of years ago, 117 degrees, it's pretty brutal. And for many of these people, their only answer is window air conditioners. And man, those things are so inefficient and so expensive to run. That can add $200 or $300 on your apartment electricity bill for a month, which really hurts people.
Yeah, but on that day, you really don't care. You're like, I don't care if it's $1,000. I'm going to die.
I'm going to die, right? And some of the tricks that I do, and this is what you can do to really help. And I did this with my house before I had window air conditioners and that thing. And I had just the little portable ductless, the ducted ones that have the little round tube that goes out through the window, because I couldn't put a window air conditioner in because I had these different type windows that I couldn't, more casement stuff. So I had to build something in for that. But long story short, what I like to do is in the morning when it's maybe in the 60s outside, AC's off. I open up all the windows. I turn on all the bath fans, the kitchen fan, anything that's ducting outside. And I try to bring in that cool air in so I can do that. Once I get the temperature down and kind of equalize the outside, I shut it up. I close all my blinds. I go into hermit mode and trying to keep it as cool as I can. And then I crank the AC on and try to pre-cool it as much as I can. I don't care if at 10 a.m. I'm 62 degrees in the house. That usually means that, well, it'll be 74 at 6 o'clock in the evening. And that's kind of where I want it to be. Yeah. And that will kind of help you get there as best you can, is pre-cooling, plan ahead, and then shut all those blinds. And the thicker the blinds you got, the better, because that will help insulate that, because that's where all your heat gain and heat loss is through those windows.
Living in Arizona for 8 years, you learn that stuff pretty quick.
Right? It's brutal.
You get up at 2 or 3, probably 3-ish, and open everything. Yep. And you better have it all shut by 8 or you're in trouble.
Absolutely. And these days, you don't have to go in and add, let's say there's so many houses out there that have baseboard heaters and cadet electric heaters with the fan on them and that stuff in the wall. For those situations, I would take a look. If you're going to be there for a while, maybe you don't want to put on a whole ducted system, but man, the mini split systems are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And that's kind of cool.
The other day.
Yeah. See, you're pricing them with Instabid all the time now, right?
Yep.
And so super common, and it's saving a ton of money. And I know so many people, I've got a family member that has an AC unit that's sized incorrectly, but they still have 3 bedrooms upstairs with window air conditioners in them to supplement it, to keep the bedrooms cool. And I'm like, man, seriously, you'll probably save enough electricity by replacing that and upgrading it that it's probably going to pay for itself in those summer months, especially when you've got that. And he's got oil heat as well, which these days isn't amazing.
Wow.
So I would be trying to get out of that and get into a heat pump situation. Now, one of the things, Johnny, I don't know, you haven't seen this because you're down there, but they just changed as of January this year. They changed the refrigerants again in our HVAC system
as well.
Yeah, which is expensive out there. Now, here's the problem I have. If you look on the label of these, you'll see a flammable label on the side, because I believe the refrigerant they're using is propane based. Okay, I don't want a leak in my indoor system and be filling my house up with propane.
Yeah. Especially if you're a smoker that smokes indoors. That stuff's all regulated, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah. No, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were forced to do that by the U.S. government. Everybody had to change. They could not, after January 1st, build the old systems. And that's unfortunate. I know the government has pushed back a little bit that with some EPA regulations where they can still service the other ones. So they said you can't make the parts, can't make the Freon. And I believe the EPA is in the middle of changing that back right now. So to save people some money, because I get that was probably bad for the environment. But if you've got to spend, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you got to spend $10,000 to get in and retrofit to fix your AC system.
Yeah, that becomes bad for the environment as well, because now your neighbor's robbing you.
Right? Oh, it's insane. So, I mean, the one thing I got to say with that is we got to put some common sense into HVAC systems out there. And nowadays, to be able to meet these energy efficiency standards, now you've got a computer inside, you got a computer outside, you got all these electronics in hot exposed elements, and that's not the best place to put a whole CPU.
Yeah, I won't rabbit hole. But
okay.
Well, you said common sense, and that just kind of negated anything that really ever happens. Common sense to HVAC and about everything else, right? And it's like the old car parts theory, right? They make it last only this long because, right, it's job security at some point. You're like, oh, I see where you're doing this. And you talk about common sense, same thing's going on with permitting, same thing's going on with what's the inspector going to pick on this week. It's just, there's so much nonsense.
Great example, man. Great example.
I'm a little tired and I'm a little grumpy, and I just have no tolerance for nonsense right now. I feel like my great grandma.
Oh, yeah, I get that, man. I get that. I mean, great example. But one last thing too, brother, with people out there, wildfire smoke, I've had to do this before. Make sure right now, it's a great time to make sure that all the weather stripping around your doors, that entry door, the one going out to the garage, wherever else, are nicely sealed up. Make sure everything's adjusted. Make sure it's looking good. And then, of course, make sure all the caulking and stuff is good around the house, as well as clearing all that debris out there, making sure you got nothing flammable up against the house, and making sure that things are looking good in case you do get a fire in your area, that you're going to be ready for it when the time comes.
Two things, qualifiers. One, beach towels work as well if your weather stripping is not good.
Little damp beach towel?
As soon as you said, like, make sure nothing's up against the house, and we talked about this the other day, the absolute visual popped in my head, right? Of, especially in the Northwest, of just the spider web infested, like, sheet of plywood and some firewood and a spare tire and all. I got to go clean that.
The old wooden ladder that's leaning up against the house and you've been to take to the dump for the last 4 trips that you didn't.
And I guarantee there's 92 reasons why I'll do that tomorrow, right? But,
it's so true. It's so true. Johnny, thanks for I love chatting with you on the show like this, man. I always appreciate all your hard work on the show, and it's always fun to have you on here, brother. I appreciate you.
Oh, it's always fun, man. We make it fun.
All right. We do. It's always a good time. Hey, guys, if you want to find out more about us, head to aroundthehouseonline.com. Thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to Around the House.
That's going to wrap up this edition of Around the House. But the conversation keeps going, so don't leave it here. Open up your favorite podcast player, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen, and hit subscribe. Every episode lands right in your feed the moment it drops. And when you're ready for more, head over to aroundthehouseonline.com. That's your home base for fresh blogs, brand new videos, and the expert tips you need to tackle whatever project is next on your list. Around the House with Eric G. We'll see you next time.
Let's turn a frown upside down. Don't be a stick in the mud. Grab your buddy, grab your bud. Take this good time and turn it up louder. No one ever talks about the nights they went to bed counting them.
Hey, it's Eric G. with Around the House. Are you looking to grow your business? Need a spokesperson for your company?
maybe an MC for an upcoming trade show, or maybe you want to up your game and shoot some promotional videos. My team of experts would love to chat with you. Head to aroundthehouseonline.com and fill out the Contact Us form, and we'll set something up. Thanks for listening to Around the House.